All right, welcome back to the channel. This is a Thursday night ladder race 4v4. We had Coalition Unarium against ATP Alpha. So for Unarium, we had myself, Carrie, Blake, and Kendrick on his classic TT bike that he always loves to bring to ladder races. We're going into this one as a little bit of an underdog. Um, the Alpha team was quite a bit higher than us in the ladder rankings. And they were bringing a strong team. Jason is a super strong rider. Going into this one, he was Sapphire in the Velo score, and the other three were all Amethyst. And our team, we were running with one Amethyst and three Platinum racers. So the predicted score we had going into this one was 32-20 for Unarium. We had chosen the course as the challenger and the lower seed. So I had thrown this one out there. I'd wanted to race this one for a while. It's a fun course, medium climbs, two back-to-back, with a little bit of flat in the middle on lap 1, and then finishing on like a 4 to 4.5 minute effort on lap 2. Not a lot of action leading into the climb. I think they wanted to stay fresh and hit hard on the climb, which is a bit concerning, but we didn't really want to push too hard out of the gate either and tire ourselves out leading into the climb. So I'm just going to slow it down here. And on this one, so they put Rob Reed on the front from the beginning and just setting a hard pace, but not too hard, not attacking to the point that they were dropping anyone. So Carrie and I were conscious and staying up here on second wheel, making sure that they couldn't get away. But see, the numbers never got too out of control. And it's a very draftable climb, as you see, with the draft meter on the top there from Zwift, and also the sauce draft meter in the lower left-hand corner. So we do benefit by sitting on second, third wheel here, and it is harder to get away. Unfortunately, with all of the banners, I ended up getting draft power-ups all the way through the race. You'll see every single one, just draft, draft, draft. Kind of useful as we get to the top here, where it flattens out just before the lap banner, or just before the climb banner. But we did manage to all stay together here after the first climb, and I believe that was my PR at the time. My PR for that climb, I think previously my best was 4:16. So even though I was sitting in the wheels and not pushing, still a lot of hard work. And again, before we even start going uphill, Rob has gone to the front again. Carrie and I following his wheel. Again, there's not a lot of sections on this one that are incredibly steep. So like I said, very draftable climbs here. Good to stay in the group. And we still haven't, no one's been dropped. So we're still managing to stay all together here. And you've got a little bit of a downhill. Again, what I like about this one is that there are breaks on these climbs. It's not like going up some climbs where it's just you're going steady for 10 plus minutes. This one, you're looking at 12 to 13 minutes for the combination of the two, but there are those breaks in between, so you do have a little bit of respite. Again, Rob's still pushing hard on the front, really put in a huge effort leading his team up the climb. Must have been their plan going in that he would be leading up the climb. He is a strong rider, really good climber. A few weeks ago, Unarium raced against Alpha on one of the Yorkshire courses, Harrogate Reverse. But my computer crashed out 5 minutes into the race, so it ended up being a 5v4 for Alpha, the team. So we wanted to get back and race these guys again. It was fairly close, despite them having a much stronger team. Here I managed to slip off to the front for some strange reason. I'm not sure what had happened there. We're just coming up to this last ramp here, so I'm just going to play it out. You'll see Jason's kind of dangling off the back, but then coming through here. We just have this last little ramp before we come across for the flat, so everyone's pushing hard here. And if you notice, Rob, after leading up the climb, he starts to fall off. He's a few seconds back here, and then even more. So now at the top of the downhill, we're looking at about an 8-second gap back to Rob. I take to the front here and try to get into the super tuck as quickly as I can. I get bounced out of the draft there momentarily, but Ebbs and Kendrick come back and help pull me through. And so now as we hit the flats, we've got about 12 seconds on Rob. And we just want to keep this momentum going. But we're also cognizant of the fact we don't want to be tired going into that last climb, because that's going to be a hard effort for about 4 to 4.5 minutes, like I said. Jason went back here to help pull Rob back up. I'm at the front, but then I quickly realized let's just hold up, because they're coming back up on us. And even if they come back up on us, they've burned a lot of matches. So we'll just sit in here. Even though there's time to recover, we still know that it's not a huge amount of time, and those matches that they burn making that catch are going to hurt on that last climb. So we're coming up on the sprint momentarily, and I will just hoping beyond hope that I'll get a feather. But as I mentioned before, it was just draft all day long. Would have been nice to have the feather going into the final climb, but I guess it's a roll of the dice every time you go through. It just didn't work out for me this week. A few more drops so I can buy some fancy new wheels. And now we're just about to hit the climb. And I'm going into this one just wanting to put the pressure on from the start. And you'll see I'm not going to spike my attacks, but I'm going to put in solid power at the front. See if I can get anyone off the back. Fortunately right now it's just Kendrick off the back at first, so I don't want to push too hard. Let them come to the front for a second. Kendrick's back on. Then I'm going to go up front and push again. Rob's still up front here, making good effort, but there I go. I keep pushing. I've got Ryan, Ebbs, and Kendrick off the back, and a gap to a few others. So I'm just going to keep pushing. I see here a kilometer left. I'm going to keep going and keep going. Kendrick's off the back, but I've also got Ebbs and Ryan struggling there. And Kendrick's calling it out, just telling me to keep going, keep going. I've got them gapped. And so now I've got Rob, Ebbs, 2-3 seconds back. And I've got to keep pushing here for the last 400 meters. Ryan and Jason come across to pass me. I didn't have much left in the tank, but I put all that I had left into this one. Fortunately, I couldn't catch Ryan. He was too strong in the sprint. Blake passes me, and then Kerry passes Jason to get fourth. So we pulled off the win with that sprint from Kerry just to pass Jason at the end. Otherwise, it would have been a tie. So huge upset for us. Great race. Big thanks to Alpha for making that such a fun one. Always good to race against these guys. Always pushes us to do our best. Always several PRs come as a result of racing with these guys. So looking forward to racing with them again. Let's have a look at the final results here. So there we go. We see Ryan got us by a couple seconds at the line, and then a tight sprint second through fifth, and Unarium finished with 27 and ATP with 25. If you have made it this far, thanks again for watching. Be back next week with a recap of our Zwift Racing League race. Yeah, so hit like, hit subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you again soon.